Yo, YouTube, Strange here. Welcome back to another Division video. This one, I got another build for you guys. I'm very, very impressed with this build. It's my first time ever making a hybrid off the top of my head. So I'm super excited to get this one out to you guys. There's about 2 pieces in here that would probably upgrade with just better rolls. But otherwise, most of the rolls are just about where I want them to be. So if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. And comment below if there's any builds you guys want to see. I am open to it. Later on in this week, I'm going to be doing some more streams. I took 2 days off from streaming to get some of this YouTube stuff done. But I'm going to be doing some Warzone, CSGO, Division, Destiny, all of that. So make sure you guys click on the link in the description. Go check out my Twitch. I stream about just about every night. So let's get into this build, though. That's what everyone's here for. It's a hybrid capacitor build. Now, originally, when I got back, and I saw this exotic SMG or AR came out, I'm like, I don't really make do scale builds, so it's not really my cup of tea. But I looked at it, and this one actually really intrigued me. It was it's completely perfect for making hybrid builds, and that's something I absolutely love to do. Love making hybrid DPS tank, DPS. Skill or skill DPS or skill tank builds. So it's really, really cool that they're making exotics that fit that criteria. And things like this gun are insane. Seriously, this gun is legit. Probably one of my favorite guns in the game now. So for everyone who doesn't know, this gun you get for getting 5 challenges in the summit. It's really, really easy to do. Kind of a joke for a gun this good. I don't have the best roll on it, but it's a decent roll. I can probably grind out and get a better one. The perk on it is called Capacitance. I think I said that right. Don't butcher me in the comments. Shooting the enemy's build stacks to a cap of 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage. After 5 seconds, stacks decay 1 per second. And for each of your utility right here, you get 7.5% weapon damage. So that's where the hybrid kind of comes in. So the more of the utility you have, the more weapon damage you're going to do. So that's just where you want to build. That's how you want to build it. Make sure you have as much as you want. I'm not saying to fully stack into it, because while that might work, the build I put together kind of gets the most out of the gun, in my honest opinion. For the second gun, I'm actually running the mop. I think this really helps because you can get that plus 15% to skill damage and get that plus 15% weapon damage when using the mop. So it kind of makes this gun synergize so well with this build, just with this whole DPS hybrid skill build that we got going on. Pistol really does not matter what you use. You can use whatever the hell you want. I just use backup boomstick just because it's kind of fun to run around with. So we're going to go into the first piece. It is a Fenderous Mask. It's not the best robe when I plan on optimizing it, so we'll see where we get with that. I chose to go with Fenderous just because it has assault rifle damage, and the capacitor is an assault rifle, so I'd like to get as much damage as I could with it, just because I was trying to make a hybrid build. You could go with Coyotes, but you'll see with the stats that you don't really need that crit hit chance or crit hit damage with this build, because your stats are already pretty high. But on my Fenderous, I've got 12.8% weapon damage, 9% critical hit damage, and I recaled 5% critical chance on here as well. I've been trying to get a better roll, but I just cannot get a Fenderous Mask to drop, so this is what we're rolling with right now. Next piece, we're running our first named item. Yes, I said our first. We're using Door Kicker's Knock for that perfect spark, because it synergizes so well with our backpack that is also a named item, and you'll see in a second. So this is the other piece that I want to upgrade just because the weapon damage is the best, but I'm just going to optimize it because I cannot get another Door Kicker's Knock to drop. So we're just going to optimize it, but this is kind of the roll you want to get. High crit damage, high crit chance. Just make sure you're in that zone, and you can always optimize the weapon damage. For the new people out there, a named item basically is a weapon or a armor piece that drops with a perfect version of a perk. So normally Spark, if I have one here to show, I do. So normal Spark does, when you damage an enemy with a skill, it increases total weapon damage by 15% for 15 seconds. But Perfect Spark does 15% for 20 seconds, so it's just a tiny little increase. It's nothing substantial, but it's definitely noticeable, and it's actually really handy to have. So the gear mod slot, I don't know why it's off, but I did have a critical hit chance mod on there. This next piece, you are possibly going to see in that. And my other vid that should be releasing sometime this week is my first vid for my my loot for the week, my weekly loot. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet, but it's my God Roll holster. When I saw this drop, I was just losing it. I'm running Cheshka for that plus 10% crit hit chance. The chest piece I chose is this for Grupo for that crit hit damage that's in there as well with Cheshka. So I got it to roll 15% weapon damage and 12% critical hit damage, and then I recaled 6% critical hit chance on there. I keep saying, I'm sorry if you get annoyed by that. So I chose Cheshka obviously for the critical hit chance, and obviously this was the best roll. You could use a Fenderous holster here and use a Cheshka mask. You could go with that. So it's just really whichever one you get is what's going to be your roll. So the next piece I'm going to run is my knee pads. Now I actually am running a red on the Hanayu knee pads just because I needed to extra little more damage. I didn't feel like I was doing a lot, and my skills were doing quite a lot of damage, so I'm not too worried about my skills. I'm running 3-piece Hanayu so I can get that 10 or 5% weapon damage to work with that hybrid, because this brand set honestly is so good for running hybrid skill builds. It's insane. So this is where we get our first skill tier from, our first utility that increases the capacitor's weapon damage, and as well as our gloves and our backpack are all going to give us a skill tier. You could actually sacrifice some weapon damage with one of these with more skill tier, so that in turn it actually gives you more damage, but I prefer having the 3 reds and 3 yellows for this build. So I've got 7.3% skill damage and 10.1% critical hit damage. You can always optimize these or make them better. Always can. Next up, we got the gloves. This one I'm actually going to recal. I just haven't had a chance to get a good crit hit damage. Like, none of these have dropped with it. So I'm going to put crit hit damage on there instead of armor regen, because I really do not need armor regen with this build. So it's going to have skill haste and crit damage. So that's what's going to have in the gloves. And then finally, we have our final named item. This one was super easy to get. Just focus Hanayu, go into Summit, and you're going to get it within like at least 10 floors. So the talent on this one is Perfect Combined Arms. This is where the synergization between Perfect Spark and Perfect Combined Arms comes in handy, because shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 30%. Now, if you cannot get a Force Multiplier to drop, go ahead and just create a normal Hanayu Corporation backpack and just get Combined Arms on there, and you should be fine. It's not really a necessity to run the named items. It's just a bonus to the build. So, for skills, I'm saying so a lot too. Man, I am sorry if I'm annoying you guys. Still not used to this YouTube thing. I'm getting used to it again, especially with the webcam. So for skills, I'm running the Cluster Seeker. The mods I am running on it. It's not going to load because the vision likes to be weird sometimes. Okay, here we go. I'm running skill haste on it. I'm running multiple skill haste, and this is supposed to be skill damage. I don't know why it's not like that. And then I also run the Striker Drone. This is your main like DPS for skills. If you're going to have Survivalist on, like I do, because I don't have Technician unlocked, go ahead and slap on that 15% duration, because it's going to keep that drone up for a lot longer, and you're going to be able to do a lot more damage. So if we go into our stats, though, you're going to see where this build really, really shines. And it's with the 37% critical chance. Now, that's kind of low, and you can always re-roll certain things, but 37% out of a 60% cap is actually pretty decent for a non-DPS focused build. It's a hybrid, so you're going to be focusing on some skill builds and some DPS, so obviously having this much critical chance isn't that bad. Your critical damage, though, this is where things kind of get really good for a hybrid build. It's kind of insane with how high it was, and I did not notice it until I actually realized it firsthand, where is all this crit hit damage coming from? And it's from that 3-piece, or actually it's also from the knee pads, which is why the knee pads needed that, because otherwise I'd be almost at 100%, and that's just kind of low for a hybrid DPS build, in my opinion. So 116 and 120 is a really good range to be in. Obviously, like I said, you can always optimize and recal that stuff to make this even higher, as well as a critical chance to get at least towards 40%. So it's really, really, really nice to have. And with armor in this build, it's another low armor build. But you really don't need to worry about it, because the capacitor can actually kill from pretty far range, and you're going to have your skills doing a lot of the work. So you really don't need to worry about it. But that's going to be the build. enjoy these clips. They really showcase the build. And sorry if I kind of annoyed you guys with the ums and the so's. I should never usually talk like that, so there it is again. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and comment what other builds you want to see, or what kind of content you guys want to see, some kind of branch into other games a little bit. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and hey, have a good one.
High-risk target detected.
Why is he for? Holy shit, that did so much damage. That did fucking bitch. Oh, no. I got spawn. Behind you.
Oh!
I hate games like random noise pings.
I know what I'm saying. What the fuck is that dog doing up there? Okay, he's shooting at me pretty hard though.
Chilling. God damn.
Serious trauma detected.
Hey, yo, fuck this dog.
There's more. Nice.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is a shit room. This is a really, really bad room. Breaks.
See that nigga over there?
This is such a bad room.
It is getting lit up. Got him.
Let's go.
Rogue Stinger Hive detected.
What's over that stinger?
Rogue fixed
Yep.
drone detected.
God damn, stinger, stinger, stinger.
Stinger's down. It didn't get to me.
I know, I'm charging. Oh, turret. I'm right here. That was close.
You need to dive right away.
Dive back right here.
Because my drone's gonna kill the back agent. We need to focus on this one.
Put a decoy there, then just run back.
Yeah, my drone's got that one.
Got it.
Yeah, get rid of that vector drone ASAP.
he's dead anyways. Bro. There.
He's yours.
One.
High risk hostile.
That's it. Oh, just me build. That's it.